Hello everyone, it's time to record the next speaking practice video, and this speaking practice video is the last. In this week, I've decided that I will record three speaking practice video uh, each week or per week, and I think it will be more than enough to enhance my ability to speak freely, especially when I will start speak with native speakers or just other English learners. Yes, that's actually the point of recording speaking practice videos is to prepare myself to train before I will be able to start just keep the daily conversations. Yes, with other people who also speak English. Yes, it's like a preparation. Yes, it's like a preparation before the real speaking practice. Yes, and if I would keep the tempo 3 videos per week, at the end of this year I will achieve the 100 speaking practice videos on this channel, and I think it would be more than enough to prepare myself to real conversations. And what else I wanted to say? I want to change my attitude a bit to this speaking practice, because when I'm recording it, usually I am a bit nervous. I'm a bit stressed because I understand that I'm speaking. I don't want to do mistakes. I have to speak clearly. I don't need to use literal words in my speech. Yes, I don't want to forget words. I have my speaking to sound fluently and etc. etc. Yes, more and more reason to be even more stressed and stiff. Yes, and I think it affects my speaking not in a positive way. Yeah, on the other hand, or it's vice versa, made me even more stiffer when I'm thinking about how to make myself more fluent in English. And so I decided to change it fully, and now I wouldn't concentrate so much on how I speak. I just would try to relax and simply speak, because this is a speaking practice. I will concentrate mostly just on speaking, and if I will do mistakes, so let it be. I'm not gonna think about it, at least not when I'm recording a speaking practice, because I want fully concentrate on a flow. Yes, on a flow, and make my speaking as more authentic as possible. Yes, so don't judge me harshly if you will hear that I do a lot of mistakes, because I'm only a student in this language, and I simply want to study further and to speak better. And in order to speak better, the best thing to do is just practice speaking, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. So it was all for a talk, and let's start answering the questions. Question number one: what kind of skill do you think will be most important for jobs in the future? Hmm. Again, it depends on a job, but I think because we are all living in the 31st century, and our life and our professional life are very deeply bind to technologies, I think it's just the natural expectable abilities to be able to work with computer, phones, using social media, looking for information on internet, and also using artificial intelligence would be, I could say, essential, essential and important for jobs in the future. But how to say it? It would be essential as a part of a job if we do not talk about some precise job. If we do not talk about some precise job, and talk about of a jobs as a general. Yes, in general, these skills would be necessary, I think, in the future. But always, as usual, as it always was, as it always is, and it is always will be. Um, your professional skill is most important, and your proficiency in this skill. If you are an English teacher, you need proficiency in English. You need proficiency in teaching. If you are an, I don't know, engineer, you need proficiency in engineering. If you are a doctor, you need to have a lot of knowledge and practice and proficiency in your field of medicine, of what you're doing. And technologies, ChatGPT, gadgets, it's all like more and second additional skills that will help you to execute your main proficiency, your main skill. And I think it would be actual, it would be actual in a future, in a far future, and it would be actual always. Yes, because if you are a professional, you need to be at first the professional in a specific field, and other skills that helps you to execute your profession just have secondary, so just have a second priority. Yes. The next question: if you could learn a completely new profession in 1 year, what would it be and why? If I could learn a completely new profession in 1 year, it would be, I think, I would love to learn a drawing. Yes, drawing. And I think learning drawing, at least for the level that I needed for my main proficiency for 3D animation, I think it's quite possible to get decent skills or in drawing for 1 year, at least in drawing basic shapes like body shapes, poses, and similar emotions. Yes, on a face. That's actually all what I need from drawing. I explain. For example, when we do animation, we all know that animation has origin from art, from 2D animation, and all types of animation are actually started from drawing animation, and it all bind to the same rules. Doesn't matter what type of animation you do. Animation for video games, for movies, for cartoons, for somehow, I don't know, pixel art games and things like that. The rules always the same. And for example, you have a very complicated character, 3D complicated character in a program, and in order to start understanding at least what you want to animate, you have to make some key poses, from 5 to 10 key poses that will, how to say it, roughly express the animated shot, the animation, what you want to do. And if you would put the complicated model in 10 poses, it would take a really lot of time. It would take, I could say, the half of a workday to make 5 to 10 very good key poses. So it would be take a lot of time. But instead of sketching and thinking in this 3D space in a program with a very hard model, you just can simply change this preparation stage for a drawing. Yes, if you can draw, at least basically, you can draw all the poses of your character in a simple way, make the same key poses, but by your hand on the piece of paper. Yes, just to plan your shot, your animation ahead, and test some ideas by painting. Yes, just do a preparation, even a fast preparation, I could say, compared to the working with a hard 3D model. So how it works? You do preparations by drawings. You plan the shot. You create the poses all by your hand, just like a storyboard, like a sketch. And after that, you think, would it be feasible for you? Would it be feasible for your future animation? Do you want to do? execute this idea or you want to change this idea. It's like yes, it's really like a warm up, like a preparation before you start doing the hard part, the working with the 3D model. So, for example, sorry for repeating myself, you create this plan on the sheet of paper, drawing plan, and then you know what you want to do and you start already creating the key poses that you need. You already understand what you want and you already plan it, what you need to do. So the process of this creative process of looking for what you need to do already done, and you already can start do the job precisely with the difficult 3D model and do not waste your time. Yes, because if you, for example, spend half of a day already in a 3D program, and then you just understand that your idea is not valid and you need to change it. This whole half of a day of work, you just dismiss it, yes, and start anew. And in order to prevent this loss of time, in order to prevent this lose of time or loss of time, you use sketching, you use drawing, yes, and that's why I would love to learn how to draw in order to help myself in planning through the animation shots. It would be a really useful secondary. It will be a very useful secondary skill that will save me a lot of time and will help me be more creative by planning the shots by drawing, animated shots by drawing. Yes. The question number 3: how important is it for students to participate in extra what extra? Sorry, I need to Google. I don't know this word. I see it. It's the first time. Extracurricular. Sorry.
Extracurricular.
Extracurricular. Extracurricular.
Extracurricular.
Extracurricular. What is it? Extracurricular. Extracurricular. It's an activity at a school or college pursued in addition to the normal course of study, like an additional course of studying. Extra extra
Extracurricular.
Extracurricular activities include sports, music, and gym clubs. Okay, I get it. Yes, it's just an additional activity to your main course study, of your main course of study. Yes. Uh, Extracurricular. How important is it for students to participate in extracurricular activities? Um, I don't think that it is extremely important, but it may do your student life just more entertaining and interesting. Uh, I'm talking from from my experience, because when you attend university only for studying lectures, I don't know, attend tutors, uh, and other lessons, it might be a little bit boring and tedious after a couple of times. But if you have the opportunity, for example, after elections or in between the elections, spend time with some interactive, interesting activities that you choose for yourself. For example, I chosen. I chose for myself badminton club, and in between lectures, when I have a free time, I simply played badminton in the gym, in the university gym, and it was very entertaining, exciting, and it gives me a little break from studying. It gave and it gave me a little break from studying. Yes, just like a way to loosen up your mind a little. Yes, just a way to relax and remove your attention to other things. Yes, at least for a little, for a break time. So I don't. As I said, I will repeat myself that this is not a crucial fact, but it would make your student life easier, I think, in some way, and a little bit more engaging and interesting. So it's not crucial important, but it's still important. Extracurricular activities. The question number 4. If your company offered you a position in another country, would you accept it? My answer is yes, 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 and yes. I would accept it in advance. I would accept it no matter what. I would accept it by both hands and both legs. And I know even I don't even how to more emphasize that I would accept it absolutely with joy and pleasure. Yes. Actually, my goal now to get a job in order to be able to move to another country. I mean, it's like my final dream, my final visualization of this stage, of this of this segment of my life. Yes, of this segment of my life. So, if my company offered me a position in another country, I would gladly accept it because why? Why actually I want to why actually I'm so eager to accept and why I was so excited to talk about it. The answer is simple. I just feel a very deep inner desire to try something new. I feel deep inner desire to meet new people, to attend new countries, to do something different that I used to do for whole for my past. Yes, the, just I have an inner desire to do something different compared to what I used to do in my life, and new country, new people, new picture, new rules, new custom. Everything is new, and it's very exciting and interesting to learn it, to become a part of it, at least partly. So that's why, in order to get a new experience in life, in order to take fresh breath of air in life, yes, it works only for me. I'm talking only about myself. I do not, how to say it, I do not agitate and do not recommend to try to take the same um, take the same vision that I took, but this is my speaking practice video and I'm talking about myself. So this is what I would love to try. That's actually why I'm learning foreign language, not only because I need to move, because it's like I'm already partly moving to another society, to another environment, just simply by using learning and being a close contact to foreign language. It's like I'm already a little learning something new. Already, yes, already connect with something new in my life, something that make me more. That's something that make me more open-minded person. Yes. So that was my answer. What challenges do people face when moving to a new city? What challenges do people face when moving to a new city for work or study? Sorry, sorry. I'm losing concentration a bit. What challenges do people face when moving to a new city for work or study? Mm, I think I could say the challenge of immigration. You move to a new place, the new place that you're not familiar with. You need to learn how the government, how the law, how the laws, how the government, how the simple life, simple routine life works there, because it might be absolutely different from the lives that you used to live in. That you, yes, from the lives that you used to live in your own country. new customs, new environment, new people. You don't have friends there. You need to looking for a friends again. You need to start anew. Yes, it's like a new start, a fresh starts for you every time when you move into another place. And also, despite of all this, I would say sociable challenges. You also have a challenge of language. Yes, uh, because if you, how to say it, uh, you face the challenge of language, and despite of the fact how persistent you've been in your studying, uh, the language on a practice, especially foreign language, will always be something new to you. Will always be something that require from you even more efforts to blend with it, and this is hard. So you actually face the three difficulties. At first, unknown before new environment. You have no friends and social connections. You need to find them anew. You need to create them anew, make them anew, and a language barrier, language and customs barrier, cultural barrier. Four barriers you need to overcome in order to feel yourself comfortable and adapted to living in a foreign country. This is difficult, but on the other hand, it's very interesting experience. So, part two. Part two Q card, B1 C1 level, or B2 C1 level, sorry. Describe a time when you achieved something after working very hard. You should say. Not difficult questions. um, I record this speaking practice video in English, so let's talk about English because I'm trying very hard, very persistent for a long period. I've tried very hard, very persistent for a long period of time, and I still understand that my skills are far away from being refined. Yes, I still need a lot of practice, a lot of learning, a lot of working on the language in order to make it more fluent than now. But yes, let's back to Q card. What we're trying to achieve, as I said, English proficiency. At least before I decided to achieve English proficiency, my goal was to achieve to achieve the ability to understand the language and communicate in language, not ideally with mistakes, with a harsh accent, but I wanted to be able to understand what people say to me in a language, and I wanted to be able to explain my point also clearly and be understood. Like, I wanted a communicative level of language, and I think I achieved communicative level of language because I know this speaking practice video is an example. I can express my point. I understand what I'm reading. I express in my point. So the communicative level I cover. But if we talk about fluency, uh, fluency, smooth speaking, like close to natives, of course not. It's absolutely obvious that I'm a foreigner and that my language extremely needs to be polished. Yes, because I sound harsh and I don't even get into the rhythm of how native speaker speaks. So I need a lot of practice. But as a communicator level of English, I cover already. It was hard. It wasn't um, how to say it. It wasn't extremely hard. It just required time, discipline, and daily practice. And I've spent 2 years in order to cover I've spent 2 years in order to cover this communicated level. And this actually is an answer. Next, okay, back to Q card again. How you prepared for it? Uh, I learn grammar by books. Yes, I've been learning grammar by books. I've been learning by English file, and I'm still continuing learning by English file book. I've done writing. I've done a lot of listening. I mean, YouTube, TV shows, everything what you actually can watch in English. I've tried to watch, and yes, this is how I prepare it. I just decided for myself that I want to cover the whole 3 point of language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is what I want to cover. This I want to be able to execute fluently, or at least on a communicative level. And I read a little, watch a little, learn grammar, read a little, recorded speaking practice a little. Just every day, all these parts of language I've been trying to cover, and that is how I get to the result that I have now. What difficulties you faced? What difficulties I faced, and what difficulties I'm still facing. I think the most crucial difficulty is discipline, because sometimes you need to push yourself to do a routine study, and it's not always interesting to do, especially grammar. And discipline, and how to say it, social anxiety in my case, because I really feel myself bewildered, and I feel a really huge decrease of motivation when I'm studying something, and other people who probably have a better skill um criticize me or putting me down, argumenting it by that my skills are not enough, that I do a lot of mistakes, that etc., etc., things like that. When someone who knows something better than you actually put you down for your skills, for your not refined skills, for your uncompleted proficiency. Yeah, this demotivates a lot, and it gives a lot of social anxiety when you try to execute the English at least at your level of proficiency. But despite of this type of people that criticize, that put you down, I just have an understanding that I have no other choice. If I want to speak English better, I need to speak English as I can. Yes, on my level. It's like doing push-ups. Everyone can criticize you that you can't do 100 clear push-ups. But how you actually prepare yourself for these 100 clear push-ups? Just gradually, step by step, doing one push-up a day, then two push-ups a day, and continue in a perspective of grow. Yes, until you reach this 1,000 push-ups ceiling. Yes, this point, this level of expertise. So that helps me a lot when I hear critics. That helps me a lot to understand that there is no other option. If I want to speak better, I need to speak, do mistakes, sound sometimes worse, sometimes good, sometimes mispronounce words. There is no other way to learn. Only this hard way with a lot of mistakes. So that's how I relieve myself of a critic. That's how I relieve myself from critics. and this type of an anxiety, and this type of an anxiety when you try to speak foreign language. And explain how you felt after succeeding. Okay, after I get the communicative level of English, I said to myself, yes, it's good. It's good now I can communicate in English, and I already can maintain conversations, can explain what I want, what I need, understand what other persons wants from me, understand what other persons want from me, and it's good. It's really good. I did hard work and I get to the result, but I want more. I want more. I understand that this is not a ceiling. There is other levels of English for ahead. I mean, B2, C1, C2, fluency. I felt like I did a half of a journey, a half of a marathon. There is still the second part of a marathon, of a road ahead, and I need to finish this marathon, to finish this road that I choose for myself, to feel myself absolutely, how to say it, fulfilled in this goal of learning language. And that's how I feel myself now, like a runner who ran only half of a marathon and needs to run the remaining part. Part three. This was over of Q card. Now we move to part three. Discussion questions on a C1 level. The most hardest part for me, as usual, but I'll manage somehow. Not ideally, not perfectly, but somehow manage. Somehow I'll manage. So the first question, the question number six, in a C1 level, how do you think technology is changing the way of people work? How do I think the technology is changing the way of people work? Drastically. Drastically, I could say. Even, for example, let's take my profession. My profession, I mean, 3D animation for video games, 3D animation for production, or even 2D animation for advertising and marketing was absolutely invented and created only thanks to technologies. I mean, my work, my work, how to say it, instrument, my work instrument is a computer. A computer is just everything that I need to execute my work. Of course, some other stuff like specified programs and plugins to do stuff, but I need a computer to be able to do my job. I am a full professional. I'm a full yes, I'm a full professional. I'm a person who work fully by technologies. My proficiency line there. So that's how technology affected my life. They gave to me a whole new profession to learn. This is in my case. In other cases, yes, there is also a lot of professions, a lot of qualifications that also invented and arise. That also was created that's also were created thanks to technologies like designers, um, accountants, I don't know, movie creators, and things like that. Yes, VFX designers. You know, all professor or professions that requires work with computer graphic. They are all created thanks to technologies. This is one way, one example. Other example is technology make your work easier. For example, ChatGPT make work easier of many coders, of many IT guys, of many, I could even say, writers. The people who write scripts, text for advertising or TV shows. The ChatGPT just makes this type of work much more easier because he offers the help to work with text, to structurize your text, to revise it, to change it a bit how you want. Yes, how you want, how you feel. It's like a very helpful tool. It's a very helpful tool for do this type of job. And this is another example. Technology. Even in a work like engineering, like some industrial works, professions, technologies also makes the work of professionals much more easier and even able to absolutely substitute some tedious, simple processes. I mean, just some tedious, simple work, machine fully can substitute. Yes, and there is no need for human to do this job. Machine can do it, and that's how technology is changing the way people work. Make it, in any cases, invent the new job positions. In other cases, only help to do their job more effectively, and in any case, and fully substitute some work positions. Yes, that was my answer. If internship became a requirement for all university students, what benefits and drawbacks could there be? Very interesting question. Very interesting question. Let's read it again. If internship became a requirement for all university students, what benefits and drawbacks could there be? Before I answer, I want to Google the word drawbacks. Drawbacks. Drawback is a disadvantage or negative aspect of something. Drawback. I need to remember it. Yes, drawback. Okay, read again. If internship became a requirement for all university students, what benefits and drawbacks could there be? I don't. I don't think. I don't know if there are any drawbacks. Actually, this is a common practice, and when you are on a third or fourth year of studying in university, there is some obligatory internship hours that you have to take. Yes, the universities are doing it in order to give you a little, at least, experience of how your future job would look for you. Yes, just like make an acquaintance between you and your future job and give you a little experience in it. This is absolutely normal. It don't have drawbacks. At least don't have a lot of. It doesn't have a lot of drawbacks. Mostly benefits. But there is drawbacks. Sometimes university can oblige you to do the internship in the company or in the place where you extremely don't want to, and you have, for example, already an internship in a company that you want, but you can't substitute it. But you can't. Yeah, but you can substitute it. You can change it for this preliminary, or for this obligatory internship requirement from university. Yes, internship course from university. This is a drawback. It can become actually something that will hinder you during your studying. Um, but I think it's like it's not in all cases. I think sometimes you can find a solution. Sometimes you can make some agreements with university, with the teachers who control you, who control your practice, your internship, and just simply somehow find a way to make it fitable, to make it suitable for you. But that's actually the only one drawback that I can think about. Usually, the internship is necessary, and the more earlier you get the internship or apprenticeship, the better would be for you, because I already told it in a previous speaking practice videos that according to the research, according to the article about university and future jobs applying, the 50% of employers, the 50% of employees don't ready to offer a job for a student without work experience. So during the university course, you actually need to be interested in taking this internship or apprenticeship in order when you finish your graduate in order when you finish your graduation you will be you will already you would in order when you finish your graduation you already would have the work experience that you can put to your CV, and it will increase your chances to get a better job much much more than without work experience, only with graduation. So that was my answer. Do you think job satisfaction is more important than job security? Why? Do you think job satisfaction is more important than job security? In what meaning? Job security, you mean that this is a stable job, not a temporary job. I think I already talked about it in a previous video. You need to find a balance between satisfaction and security and salary. Somewhere in between, somewhere in balance, it's always right. Because because if not elaborate too much on this topic, if you have a lot of satisfaction but you feel yourself insecure in the job, you don't feel your career is moving, you don't feel you earn money that you deserve for your job, despite of the fact how much you love this job, you won't be able to stay there for a long time. You will looking for something else, something that will suit or fit your needs in security and salary. And on the other hand, if your job have a lot of security and stability, salary, and career, but it's not the type of a job that you would love to do, it's drain you emotionally. So you feel yourself unsatisfied, you feel yourself unhappy when you do this type of job. So that's why you need looking for balance with the jobs that you love to do and with the good terms of the job. Yes, with the good job that you want to do and the good terms of job offer, the good conditions of the job. The next question. If governments invested more in renewable energy, what changes would we see in the next 20 years? If governments invested in more renewable energy, what changes would we see in the next 2 years? Renewable energy. What is this? We talk about electricity, I think. Renewable energy. What is it, renewable energy? Sorry, I'm googling it. Renewable energy. Renewable energy refers to energy derived from natural sources that are replenished at a higher rate than they are consumed. Okay, I understand. Like sun energy, like electricity. Uh, I think it will. I don't know what about 20 years, but in a future perspective, it will make our life much more better. We will make much more less damage to the nature, to our environment, and I think this is the most important thing actually, that we will reduce the level of harm that we cause to our nature, to the earth, to the climate, to the biosphere in which we live in. Yes. Um, because The nature can't survive without human. Human cannot survive without nature. So if we destroy gradually, if you will be destroying gradually for many years our planet, the nature, the biosphere where we live in, eventually we will cease to exist as a human population. Yes, the nature, after some time, the nature will renew itself, but there wouldn't any us in this scenario, and in order to prevent it, we need to start thinking about how to actually cause less harm. And the renewable energy is a good way to deal with this problem. Yes. Hmm. The question number 10. How can young professionals make themselves more competitive in the job market? Oh, very good question and very, very, very valid for me now because I'm actually a young professional who needs get a good job offer in the future. I think I don't know, just invest your time in promoting yourself, showing your skills, learning something new, um, renew your CV after a couple of times, review your CV, uh, continue improving yourself in your professional way. Just working on it, just working on it and make yourself gradually even more and more proficient and appealing for the potential employee. Oh, sorry, appealing for a potential employer. That's, I think, the only way. You need to make yourself competitive and appealing by improving your CV, improving your skills, improving your first appealing. I mean, the things that you know on your CV, and even there is a little trick. You need to make yourself appealing for the position offer that you want to get, and make yourself more appealing and more fit and more suitable for a company in which you want to get. Just like do it in a precise, structured, aimed way. Yes. You know what requirements the company needs for you in order to give you this job offer. Uh, Mold yourself or make yourself much more, mold yourself, make yourself absolutely suitable and attractive. I mean, in a professional skills to this precise company and this precise job position that you want. Yeah, just do it aimingly, directly. Do not try to cover it in general. You need a precise job position and you need to be fitable for this precise job, and you need to be suitable for this precise job position. And that's how young professional can increase their chances. But we all need to know, we all young professionals, I mean, need to understand that the work experience is the main factor in be appealing for a job position. If you don't have work experience, it would be hard. Of course, after some time, eventually you succeed, but it would be much more harder for you to get this first job when you have no experience in it. Yes, even you might need to look for some forms of apprenticeship before you get a full job offer, because there is how it works. There is no other way. Or you have some good connections. For example, your parents own the business, the field, the company that you want to work in. And of course your parents of course your parents, you know as your parents will give you a job offer and will invest time in your preparing for this position. Yes, they are actually give you this opportunity. But if you have no this such connections, you need to compete. You need to rely on yourself and on your skills. Yes, mostly. And also very important to, as I already said about connections, and it's important to make connections also, because you don't know, maybe your dream job maybe your dream job would be offered by some, I don't know, some friend or acquaintance in your professional field that you meet somewhere, I don't know, in that you meet somewhere or connect through the internet. Yes, things like this. Yes, we live in society. Society is about connections between people, and if you have right connections, if you have, I don't know, yes, right connection, suitable connections in your job field, for example, probably there would be a chance that someone would recommend you to the potential employer, or you just meet your meet your future and you or you just meet your future employer. Yes, think like this. You meet people, people talk with each other, and maybe someone will offer you a job position, or you meet a person who know a person who can offer you a job position. Yeah, things like that. Or give you a recommendation, or give someone a recommendation about you. Yes, it also helps when you have a recommendation from a reliable person that are trusted. Yes, in a proficiency skills. And if these persons recommend you, it means that you have a potential. You are at least uh, valid to be trusted. Yes, that's how it works. And it's also very important part of looking for a job. Not only CV and internet. You need to make connections. Connections might help you too. At least might give you some job offers by recommendations. Yes, yes. I think yeah, I get my point. Of course, I didn't explain it. I haven't explained it fluently and as I imagined myself, as I wanted to explain it. But I did it. I think you get my point, and I think this was the last question for today, and this is all for this week in the speaking practice. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next speaking practice video in the next week. Goodbye for today, and take care.